Created by Robert Snyder, John Broome, and Carmine Infantino, the fastest man living in the DC universe, The Flash, is a starting, also the most entertaining member of the Justice League. One of the most convoluted storylines in the comics universe appeared back in 1956 and has been a preference since then. People know The Flash even if they have never read a single comic book or seen the hit TV series. But it's true that so many people only know the character as a hero who runs very fast. So guys, here are some mind-blowing details that fans only notice the second time they watch The Flash. Number 11, quite an appearance. Or live outside Star Labs despite the inclement. In one episode, Barry Allen had a purpose to see the particle accelerator turn on at Star Labs. He goes back to his lab after being forced to leave the event early, and he turns the TV just to be informed about the event. What's interesting is when he turns the TV on, the news reporter telling the event is actually Linda Park, portrayed by Olivia Chang. Linda Park is the girlfriend and the next wife of Wally West in the comics. The character appears later in the episode Crazy for You, but she was recast and became a reoccurring character performed by actress Malise Zhao. Number 11, changed origin. Actually, it was only one guy. In one of the episodes from the show The Scientist, Barry Allen is making his first appearance when he is investigating a crime in Starling City. And in the episode titled The Three Ghosts at the end, we can see Barry leave and go back to Central City after doing everything he could for Oliver and the team. He comes back at the perfect timing to notice it turned on, and later at his lab because he dropped the line, calling Felicity to tell her before getting struck by the lightning that provides him his powers. But interestingly enough, during this episode, Barry wasn't in Starling City when the particle accelerator activation occurred. He and Iris were at the event, and he never calls Felicity. Did you guys know this before? Let us know. Number 9, GOT fan. Barry, hey, hi. You're up early? Barry is back home, but he missed plenty of things while away. This detail that not many people noticed, and it happens the night he arrives. After preparing a large breakfast and doing every possible task he could do before Iris wakes up, Barry rests on the couch to watch some of his favorite television shows, a total of 6 months worth, at once. Cisco made him a sped-up tape of everything Barry missed while he was away. Now, before we continue, are there any Game of Thrones fans? Because if so, we have one thing in common with Barry. As it turns out, he's a Game of Thrones fan too. But not many people notice the show's logo, Barry's reaction to Jon Snow's situation. Jon Snow died. Barry says unhappily, and just a few minutes later he says, "Oh, he's alive." Quite interesting, right? Number 8, Silicon Valley. I found a connection between our victims. 4 years ago, this one huge pop culture reference in the show isn't easy to notice as the one with Game of Thrones. After almost defending Joe from Ramsay Deacon's effort at killing his past business partner, Cisco and Barry talk about how Deacon reminds them of Richard on Silicon Valley, an HBO series with a story about a group of young software programmers trying to discover gold in California's Silicon Valley. Richard, just as Deacon in the episode, is a software engineer. Barry seems like the hacker fellow Team Flash is dealing with, which hits him more of another Silicon Valley character, Gullyfoyle. However, Cisco believes he's more like the character Elric. This is hard to notice details since you'll also need to have watched Silicon Valley. Nevertheless, Iris immediately sets the guys in reality and gets them back to work to solve if Deacon really is their metahuman villain. Number 7, the Superman case. I can go faster. Now, we all know that the Flash holds the title of the fastest man alive. But one of the most significant controversies among DC Comics fans is whether the Scarlet Speedster is faster than Superman or the other way around. It all started when DC Comics began the discussion, having the two heroes continuously finding themselves proving the point. But we never actually got a confirmation about this. In Jeff Johns' The Flash Rebirth, however, fans got an explanation. There are plenty of comic book shenanigans occurring throughout the novel, but the most interesting part is that Superman is chasing Barry and they seem quite even. Superman says he's got a few of their early tracks, so, according to him, there's no point in racing with the Flash. Barry responds by saying the races were for donations, and quickly speeds on past this Man of Steel. Number 6, the lightning bolt. The next one should not come as a shock since the Flash comics are filled with time travel and mysteries. But some of you are not familiar, Barry Allen got his powers from being struck by lightning at the same time a bunch of chemicals dropped on him. Well, there were higher powers at the moment than we knew. In The Flash Rebirth, at first the story focuses on Barry Allen and his appearance connected with the issues in Final Crisis. Throughout the story, however, the Reverse Flash comes back to revenge on Barry. Barry follows the Reverse Flash, who actually gets back in time to kill Iris. Barry drives himself hard to crack the time barrier and becomes the lightning bolt that actually granted him his powers. Number 5, so powerful. As we previously stated, the Flash does not only run fast, in fact, he's capable of so much more. As one of the most influential superheroes ever, the Flash's powers provide him to run millions of times faster than the speed of light, time travel, and also produce alternative timelines. Somehow, all of these things make him a god. Remember the Flashpoint event where he built another universe? The Flash has quickened healing, is capable of quantum tunneling into objects, and provides the constant mass punch where he has controlled over the speed of light and hits anyone with the strength of an asteroid that destroyed the dinosaurs. And a person cannot see him or touch him when he moves fast enough. Number 4, 2 speedsters. In the episode where Barry's mother dies, he wakes up after he hears some noise downstairs. When he investigates, he discovers his mother in the center of the living room yelling as she's encircled by red and yellow streaks of lightning. And it looks like 2 streaks are arising from one speedster, but we later learned that one of the streaks of lightning was a future version of Barry, which was the one that got him out of the house that night. And here's an extra detail you probably missed. In the 4th season, the actress Jessica Parker Kennedy is presented as Nora West Allen, a child of Barry and Iris from the future, also known by her superhero name XS. Coming from almost 30 years from the episodes of Season 5, in Nora's experience on the show, she developed close relationships with both her parents. Number 3, Flash Villain. Hate to rain on your parade. Now, do you guys remember when Iris came back to Barry's lab and questions if he can see the particle accelerator turn on? She points to it as the atom smasher, then corrects herself and alternatively calls it an atom smashing. This is really hard to notice, but this was actually a reference to the classic comic book Flash Villain. In the comics, Albert Rothstein, also recognized as Atom Smasher, has the experience of atomic dispersal, which provides him to improve his size, growing up to 28 feet tall. Number 2, Future Calls. After the last title card is revealed, we come to a scene that just puts hints for the rest of the series. In the scene, you can see Harrison going into a secret room that is hidden in the walls at Star Labs and getting up out of his wheelchair to look at a newspaper from April 25th, 2024, which comes from the future. And the newspaper reads, "Flash missing, vanishes in crisis." This headline about Flash's disappearance was the most talked, and because the focus was on that, the more diminutive article that focuses on a future merger between Wayne Tech and Queen Inc. was easy to miss. This was considered the show's first significant hint to Bruce Wayne and characters linked to him living in the Arrowverse. Number 1, The Suit. House Boy, you have a big belly burger in this universe, do you? Harry, that's a place in my heart. I mean, he's out of all first stars on The Flash, then Ed star Tom Cavanaugh was one of the most famous, promptly reinventing himself with a new character as Harrison Wells on the CW series. And this show is the third collaboration among Cavanaugh and producer George Berlanti, but Cavanaugh stated in interviews that he was somehow apathetic about the role of Dr. Harrison Wells on the own. After his character's twist, him being Edward Salwin and Reverse Flash, Cavanaugh accepted the role, enjoying the chance to perform the iconic villain. However, during his 6 seasons, Barry's costume went through so many upgrades, so it is challenging to memorize when and why he got the suit. The suit was designed to replace the uniforms firefighters wear, created by Cisco with beliefs that doing some good for society would somehow help the Star Labs. The suit can be heat and abrasion resistant from strengthened tripolymer with a few different sensors. The suit included a gas mask and goggles, and not many people noticed that Barry removed them throughout his fight with Clyde Martin, also known as Weather Wizard. The most recent season of the CW series ended in May, but there's more to look forward to when the show returns for Season 7 in 2021. Season 7 premieres on Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the end of our video, guys. Are you excited for the upcoming season? Let us